Welcome back to Prince Bikes Update, your trusted space for everything two-wheeled and thrilling. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about cruiser launches of the year, the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel. This bike has made waves since its announcement, and now that it's here, we're giving you the full breakdown from its road presence and mechanical muscle to pricing and how it stacks up in the real world. So, without wasting a second, let's get you up close with the machine that's been turning heads and revving hearts. Starting right at the front, the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel immediately hits you with its slow-slung, muscular stance. The LED headlamp setup is as modern as it is minimalist, tucked onto a circular housing that retains the retro DNA but with sharp-cut lines and smoke-finish touches that scream 2025. The front forks are thick, sturdy, and well-finished in a dark matte tone, giving the whole front end a commanding presence. And just under that headlamp sits the clean front fender, simple, functional, and ready to take on road grime with attitude. Honda hasn't overloaded the bike with chrome. Instead, it embraces a darker, stealthier color palette: blackened alloy wheels, deep satin metal finishes, and subtle brushed accents. Everything looks intentional. Nothing feels like an afterthought. From the side, the Rebel 850 comes alive. This is where you truly appreciate the proportions and the design language Honda is going for. The tank is teardrop-shaped with subtle creases and nothing flashy, but it draws your eyes effortlessly. The 850 badging is tastefully done, and depending on the color variant, it either contrasts sharply or blends for that stealthy charm. The double cradle frame peeks through in parts, with well-integrated panels giving the bike a solid, tightly packed appearance. The rider's triangle is relaxed yet purposeful. You've got mid-set footpegs, a low seat height that welcomes both short and tall riders, and wide, slightly raised handlebars that offer just the right mix of control and cruiser comfort. Looking toward the rear, the 850 Rebel keeps things tidy. The LED taillight mirrors the front, designating compact, modern, and cleanly mounted just below the seat. The rear fender is short but wide, hugging the chunky rear tire, giving it a planted stance even when standing still. Honda has tucked in the indicators neatly on either side of the tail again, modern without being excessive. The exhaust on the 2025 model gets a dual-tone treatment with black and brushed metal, slightly upswept for a sportier profile but not so loud as to betray the cruiser ethos. And of course, the Sita Solo design by default offers optional rear add-ons for pillion setups, but in its standard form, it completes that rebellious, lone wolf aesthetic. Now, let's talk heart. At the core of the CMX 850 Rebel is Honda's new 850cc parallel twin engine. This is derived from the engine architecture of the Africa Twin, but tuned differently for the cruiser character. It's a liquid-cooled, fuel-injected engine that pumps out a healthy 75 horsepower and around 75 newton-meters of torque. That might not sound monstrous on paper, but in practice, the power delivery is smooth, punchy, and incredibly satisfying. There's torque almost everywhere in the rev band, which makes city cruising effortless and highway rides addictive. The engine feels relaxed at low RPMs but wakes up when you twist the throttle hard. And thanks to Honda's latest ride-by-wire tech, throttle response is crisp without being twitchy. Mated to a 6-speed gearbox with optional DES, Honda is offering their dual-clutch transmission on this cruiser. The shifts are buttery whether you go manual or let the bike do the work. For those who want a pure manual experience, the clutch feel is light and predictable, with excellent modulation that makes urban riding a breeze. Performance-wise, the Rebel 850 is no slouch. It'll take you from 0 to 100 km per hour in under 4.5 seconds if you push it, but more importantly, it delivers this in a way that doesn't overwhelm. The chassis balance is exceptional. Front and rear suspension is tuned more toward comfort but doesn't feel soft or wallowy. You can corner confidently, thanks to a low center of gravity and well-distributed weight. At high speeds, the bike stays planted, and wind resistance is handled decently, though taller riders might want to explore windshield add-ons for long touring. Braking duties are handled by dual discs up front and a single disc at the rear, both with dual-channel ABS as standard. The bite is strong, feedback is consistent, and Honda's braking system gives you full confidence even during emergency stops. Tires are chunky, tubeless radials that offer excellent grip on dry tarmac and hold their own in slightly wet conditions too. Whether it's long-distance rides, urban commutes, or even the occasional twisty canyon, the Rebel 850 adapts well to all of it. Instrumentation on the 2025 Rebel 850 has also stepped up. You get a full-color TFT display that's compact but informative. It includes gear position, trip meters, fuel range, real-time mileage, and even smartphone connectivity via Honda's latest interface. It's not overdone yet, it's functional, bright in all conditions, and stays true to the minimal yet modern vibe of the bike. And yes, Honda has included USB-C charging under the seat as a standard feature. Fuel efficiency? Well, you're looking at an average of 20 to 25 km/L, depending on how aggressively you ride. With a 13-liter tank, that translates to a decent cruising range, enough for weekend getaways without frequent fuel stops. And if you're wondering about heat management, Honda has done a good job with the radiator and airflow. Even in slower traffic, the bike doesn't cook your legs the way some older mid-weight cruisers did. Now let's talk price. Honda has priced the CMX 850 Rebel strategically. In international markets, it sits somewhere between the Rebel 500 and large displacement cruisers like the Indian Scout or the Harley Nightster. In India and Southeast Asia, the expected ex-showroom price would be around a superscript 19.5 to a superscript 110.5 lakh, depending on whether you opt for the manual or DCT version. In the US, pricing starts at just under $10,000 for what you're getting of the tech, the performance, the build quality. It's actually well placed. And most importantly, it offers that elusive middle ground, a modern cruiser that isn't the burden to ride every day but still gives you enough grunt for long weekends. This bike isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It knows its place. It's for riders who want a modern cruiser that's neither too small nor too intimidating. It's for those who appreciate refinement but still crave raw emotion. And most of all, it's for riders who just want to look back every time they park their motorcycle and feel proud of what they ride. To sum it up, the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel nails the balance between tradition and innovation. It looks like a cruiser should be bold, purposeful, and stylish, but it rides like a machine that belongs in the present, not the past. Whether you're a first-time big bike owner or upgrading from a smaller displacement Rebel, this one's going to feel like a major step forward. That's it for today's review here on Prince Bikes Update. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you choose the manual or go with the DCT? And of course, subscribe for more honest, in-depth motorcycle reviews delivered straight to your screen. Ride safe, ride smart, and until next time, keep the throttle steady and the passion alive.